What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Quick Bites with Tammy. Tonight we're going to be in and out of this kitchen in a snap of a finger because I'm going to show you how to make a delicious Asian inspired sticky garlic chicken bowl. Let's get it. The first thing we want to do is make our pico de gallo because we want to get that out of the way. Once we're done, we're going to place it into the refrigerator and allow it to chill. All right. So for that, we're going to need our diced tomatoes along with our red onions. We're also going to add some jalapenos. I went ahead and literally extracted all of the seeds and the white stuff that's inside of the jalapeno, which consists of all of the heat. So we are going to add our diced jalapenos to this mix as well. We're going to add some of our ground black pepper and kosher salt. You could add regular salt, doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be kosher. It's just what I happen to have on hand. Add a couple pinches of that. We're also going to go in with some freshly squeezed lime juice. Maybe 1 to 2 limes would definitely get the job done. Combine all of our ingredients. This is going to be so good. We are finished. I'm going to put some saran wrap on this bowl, place it into the refrigerator. To our pan, we're going to add some chicken ground. Great thing about our ground chicken is it's a lean cut of chicken, right? For one, so we're not going to have the excess amount of oil as if we were using, like, let's say maybe ground chuck or even pork. You could definitely use this for like meal prep situations if you don't feel like cooking throughout the week. We're going to lower our flame to medium heat, and now it's time to step the flavors up. We're going to hit it with some salt and ground black pepper. Give it some extra flavor. Let's add our garlic. If you have garlic paste, you could definitely use that. Doesn't matter. Gonna add some ginger paste. After all, it is Asian inspired. Allow the garlic to cook for about 30 seconds until it becomes fragrant. Let's add our shallots. I chose shallots over onions simply because shallots are a lot milder in flavor and much sweeter. We're going to cook our shallots for about 30 seconds until they become translucent. In the meanwhile, while our ground chicken is on low heat, we're going to allow it to continue to simmer. We are going to work on making our delicious Asian inspired sauce. To our measuring cup, we're going to add some reduced sodium soy sauce. We're going to add some apple cider vinegar. Feel free to use rice vinegar. That's definitely interchangeable. Let's add some honey. A couple tablespoons would be perfect for a nice flavor. I'm allergic to sesame seeds, so I'm not going to use the hoisin sauce. And when it comes down to the oyster sauce, my kids, they're allergic to seafood, so we're not going to be using the oyster sauce. But the recipe is going to include both of these ingredients, and you can pick these up at your local Walmart. You don't need an Asian market to get your hands on these right here. We're going to give this a good stir. Okay, make sure you stir it really good because we have a lot of honey at the bottom. To allow our sauce to thicken up quicker than later, we're going to add some cornstarch in water, aka a slurry. Stir that on in, and it's time to get to work. We're going to add our garlic honey sauce. Stir it on in really good. The sauce is starting to thicken up, which is great. For a little pizzazz, I'm going to add some chili flakes. That's going to give us that little heat factor. And as you can see, this is gorgeous. Oh my goodness, the aroma is, wow. The aroma is definitely everything at this point. We're going to add some green onions, aka scallions. Give it that little Asian inspired look and flavor. Gonna combine it really well. And we are finished. Simple and quick. What we're gonna do is at this point we're gonna, oh, I forgot to mention, in the meanwhile, if you're gonna be using rice or let's say quinoa or any type of grain, get started with cooking that in the meanwhile while everything else is prepping, so that way by the time you're done, everything will be either finished at the same time or close to at the same time, if that makes sense. But anyway, we're gonna put our delicious bowl together and I can't wait to show you how everything comes out. I went ahead and I got our pico de gallo that we made earlier. I'm gonna let some of that excess juice run off and we're gonna place it right here in our bowl. If you want to use jasmine rice with this recipe, or even basmati rice, or let's say parboiled rice, which is what I'm using, either or is gonna be perfect. Got the little pico going on, and now it's time for the big boy, all right? Our sticky garlic chicken. Oh, this is gorgeous. I'm gonna place it right here, right next to the pico. If some of the meat gets into the pico section, that's okay. That is absolutely a-okay. All right, check out our bowl. This is gorgeous. Gonna add some of our green onions, of course. We're gonna go in with our fresh lime, and we're just gonna slice our lime. Slice it in fours. Place it in our bowl. Just make it look good. And that's it. We are done, finished, ready to eat. Less than 25 minutes. Wow, this is crazy. The rice itself took about 20 minutes to cook. Of course, if you're going to be using a different type of rice, that could happen even quicker. Our ground meat, as you know, took about 10 to 15 minutes or even less. Not to mention our pico de gallo, a couple minutes, and we were in and out. All right, quick taste test. Let's see what's going on over here. And I'm in love all over again. This is absolutely amazing. All of the delicious fresh flavors. Even the rice is cooked perfectly. I'm getting that nice taste, that nice ginger garlic taste from our ground meat, along with our fresh pico de gallo. When you bite into those fresh tomatoes, not to mention that jalapeno, it gives you that little burst of flavor as well. I went ahead and garnished with cilantro because I love cilantro. If you don't care for cilantro, leave out the cilantro. If you want to garnish, you can definitely use more green onions or even maybe some parsley. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, this bowl right here is it. Absolutely delicious and full of fresh packed flavors. I love it. Thanks for tuning in to Quick Bites with Tammy, and I will definitely catch you with another quick and easy recipe.